Hi. It's my voice, I know. Obviously, I am the silent explorer, but for this video, I do feel as if I need to talk because there's so much information, it would be really difficult to put it into subtitles. So I'm here in Birmingham city centre. This is real Peaky Blinders country. So we're in an area called Highgate, and it's one of the inner city industrial areas, and it's one of the areas where like the real Peaky Blinders used to hang out. And there's a building here that I'm absolutely fascinated with, always have been. So I'm going to go and I'm going to explore what's actually going on there because I can't find any information online. It's doing my head in. It used to be a hotel. There's still hotel bookings available online, but then when you actually go to book it, it says not available. So I'm going to go and have a look. I believe this building has got a really interesting history. It looks really spooky. Let's just go and have a look. So when I told friends and family that I was coming to look at this building and make this video, they were like, don't. But I'll be fine, like the secret's out. I'm obviously a Brummie, you can hear from the accent. This city won't hurt me. It's a fine place. But this is real Peaky Blinders country, so we kind of hear about the Peaky Blinders and it's very glamorised. But the real guys lived in places like this, in a city, overbuilt. A lot of the places that they would have lived now, so the courts and the slums that would have existed here have now gone. They've been demolished. I will put a couple of pictures up actually of the sort of places that they'd been living right in this area. But it's a fascinating place. So these are some of the buildings that are more representative of that kind of Peaky Blinders time. And this building that I'm going to look at was definitely here then. And it just sticks out. It just sticks out in this area in such a strange way. I've always been fascinated by it and I've never come to look at it. So that's what we are going to do today. Let's carry on. Oh, there's a plaque up here. Oh, wow. There we go. So you can't really see it because I'm using the GoPro for the first time. But it says Edward White Benson, Archbishop of Canterbury, 1883 to 1896, was born on a site, was born in this house. So yeah, there you go, old area. Archbishop of Canterbury, eh? Was a Brummie, never knew that. We're gonna get there, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna try and stop being distracted. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of the kind of terraced housing, the slum housing that would have been very much in this area has now been cleared into kind of more modern housing. So there's blocks of flats and masonettes and various stuff like this. This is still an inner city area. And it's also kind of industrial, so you've got places doing industry. Can you tell this is why I actually didn't want to speak on my YouTube videos? I'm like, I've got to just keep up this commentary of information, but I also don't want to be annoying. So yeah, we're going to see the building in a minute, hopefully, unless it was all a dream. So as you can see, these slum areas from the 1800s and 1900s have mostly been knocked down now into housing estates. And there we go, just on the horizon you can see the building that we're going to be looking at today. So this is the Rowton Hotel. Always been fascinated by this building and what it is and what it stands for and why it's here, why it's still here in this kind of red brick monolith in the middle of an industrial area. So let's go and see if we can get a little bit closer and I can find out some more information about this building. So it's saying hotel closed, but there's a guy in the foyer, so do I go in and ask? Why not? What's the worst thing that can happen? Right, I'm gonna go and ask. Door's closed. No, so the guy on the door said that I can't go in. But I'm gonna have a look anyway. No idea what's happening here, but it's a beautiful old building right in the centre of Birmingham. I think it might be housing refugees or something like that, which is brilliant because this place has always been used for sanctuary, which is why I became really fascinated with it. So I'll go and find a place to get some of the shots and I'll tell you about the history of this building and why it's so fascinating. Hey, sorry to disturb you, but do you know what they use in that hotel for now?
For the refugees, really.
Oh, okay. It's beautiful, and I walk past it and I think, what's happening there?
Yes, all the Afghanistan's and all
For the
that.
immigrants.
Okay,
immigrants.
cool. I'm glad they've got somewhere safe.
Oh, yeah.
I'm desperate to have a look in. I really want to go inside.
You won't be alone, sir, there.
No.
No, not in
Oh, well, it's still lovely that it's there and looking after people. It's a beautiful building, isn't it?
Back in the 70s, my lady, I used to live in there. There was a hostel.
This is what I want to talk about.
Alexander House it was called.
Yeah.
I used to live in there back in the late 70s.
Wow, okay.
And it is a lovely building.
Yeah, so the Rowton hotels were kind of made in the Victorian times for kind of people that were coming over to build and...
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's brilliant. Well, thank you for stopping to talk to me. I
No,
appreciate
cool,
it.
man.
Have a lovely day.
Yeah, no,
I'll get in one day.
Yeah.
See you healthy.
Yeah,
See you
take care,
later.
man.
Bye. So yeah, what lovely guys. Brummies are so friendly. They are so friendly. So yeah, I'm in Highgate Park now, which kind of stands on the back of the building. And that's where I was going to tell you some of the information that I've researched about this building and why it's here. So it was built by Rowton in the kind of late Victorian, early Edwardian period. And it was built so men who were coming to the UK to work on construction, mostly from Ireland, could have a cheap place to stay. And it's a beautiful building. And I've really tried hard to research about it and there's very little out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home. I'm not going to get in there, and I understand that this is someone's home. You wouldn't just walk into someone's flat and go, oh, give me somewhere, you know, I want to have a look in your home. But I can see it's really quite decrepit. Like there's loads of broken windows, and it would be such a shame if this place just went to rack and ruin, to be honest, because it's lovely. So yeah. But as you can see, a lot of the windows are broken. Definitely needs TLC, doesn't it? But it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You can see too that it's absolutely huge. I mean, there's got to be hundreds of rooms in there, absolutely hundreds. And from the way that it's, I'd say probably was dormitories in the past, but I'll do some research when I get home. But I just think it's so important that we remember places like this, and probably the hardship that's gone in them and is still continuing in them. But I'm sure some people had some happy times too, like that guy said he used to live here in the 70s, but he's doing really well now. So yeah. So I found a public footpath that runs up the side of the building so I can get some more footage. I know it's very popular on YouTube to kind of break into places and be extreme, but I'm not doing that, because if this place is being used for people to seek refuge, dignity, right? Looks quite nice inside actually, but I'm not going to film inside because it's essentially someone's home. Absolutely massive. I will find out how much this was cost to build in the Victorian times. I mean, it's not a nice area. It just goes to show, hold your shoulders up straight. You can be okay absolutely anywhere. Love these towers. And actually, interestingly, these buildings on the end, these are very much the kind of buildings that would have been here in the time of those Peaky Blinders. And you can also see, you know, there's plenty of places to hide, there's plenty of places to scurry away. Anyway, this video has not worked out as planned. I thought because it still said hotel I'd be able to go in. But as we're here in Peaky Blinders land, let's take the opportunity to go and have a little bit more of an explore around that. Don't get run over, Lucy. Oh, I just gave my name away. Never mind. So over there in the distance you can see Birmingham city centre, so that's how close we are. You can see the rotunda. Could see the post office tower, but it's gone now. Let's just have a little bit more of a walk around this area and see what we find. Hello, Crow. How you doing? There's barely any people about to talk to, so I'll just talk to the crow. So here we go, getting into real Peaky Blinders country now. So all these street names, Birchall Street, etc., are really synonymous with the activity that went on here in this area: Digbeth, Derrick End, Highgate, Walsall Heath, in the time of the Peaky Blinders. And these pubs are absolutely beautiful, but sadly they're all closed. This one's called the Market, no, the Minerva Suite Market Tavern. Birmingham has always been an area where there's been a lot of industry, and there's always been a really big wholesale market here, so places like this pub would have opened 24/7 for people to come after they'd been at the wholesale market. They could have a breakfast really early, they could have a pint really early. So yeah, that's the real glamour of this area. Whoa, you can see there's still a lot of redevelopment going on in this area, so getting rid of these old buildings, building shiny new ones. But I prefer to see the old ones, to be honest. Keep the old ones in nice, habitable, not damp conditions. But there we go, that's progress. So we're coming up to Digbeth High Street now, and there's a pub here that's very synonymous with Peaky Blinder activity. And the reason I'm so fascinated with the Peaky Blinders, the real ones, not the ones on the telly, is because I'm related to one. Genuinely. I have done a lot of research. He was a horrible, horrible man. But that's what it took to live in places like this. That's what it took to live in this area in the late 1800s, early 1900s, because you were surviving. Got another lovely old pub just stuck in the middle of this area. These pubs are gorgeous. I think this one looks like it's open. Maybe I will have the guts to go in and have a look. Oh, shut up. Oh my god, I swear to god, right? So, you know, I've been making kind of silent videos up until this point. Run! Every time I wanted to film something, there'd be like a massive amount of noise, and that's exactly what's happening today as well. So yeah, looks like it's open. The doors, I will go in if I can. Nah, it's closed. Gutted. I'd have loved to have shown you inside there. I bet it's wow nice. As in, if you're into Victorian and Edwardian architecture, well nice. So yeah, heading towards Digbeth now. And some of the Peaky Blinders was actually filmed in this area. Not a lot of it, for some reason they took it all off to Liverpool. sure someone in the comments will say, well, have you seen the state of it there? I'm very proud of my city. Properly gone the wrong way. Oh, shut up. Industry, the wheels of industry, eh? They never stop turning. I've totally gone the wrong way. So I actually think I'm going to wrap this video today and come back to the other side of Digbeth to show you some more of that kind of Peaky Blinders stuff. But from this video, I'm sure you can see the type of area it was. And although there's a lot of work being done to regenerate these areas, kind of how it still is. But I've been here on my own, waltzing around with a GoPro, and nobody's been anything but friendly to me. So there we go. Viva la Brum, that's what I say. Flipping heck. I found my car. Honestly, I started to panic a little bit because finding somewhere to park around here is quite challenging because there's lots of permits and stuff like that. And I just dumped my car and just couldn't get enough of walking around. But yeah, I'm back. Like I was saying before, I'm sure it was very windy. I probably need to buy like a separate mic to go with this GoPro, but it's all very new. Yeah, let me know if you'd prefer that I speak or if you prefer to read subtitles. I didn't have the confidence to speak, to be honest, when I first started the channel, but now it's become a bit of an obsession. The reason I started the channel was because my nephew really wants a YouTube channel, and his parents have said, no, you cannot have a YouTube channel until your auntie has got 100,000 subscribers. And honestly, like, that's never going to happen. But at the same time, I'm kind of challenging myself now. So yeah, that's what this is all about. So help my nephew get a YouTube channel, and I've just become addicted to doing this as well. I've actually got to go back to work. So yeah, see you on the next one. No idea what I'm going to be doing. See you soon.